Hey pups, RP here, and this is a kind of serious video of Art Speaks because today I'm going to discuss stress and self-care. So stress is something that I'm very familiar with, especially when I'm not doing anything but watching anime. When I'm doing work, when I'm not doing work, when I'm not shopping for groceries, when I'm just laying in bed watching an episode of Pokemon or Dragon Ball Super, there's always something to stress about. My dad helps me with groceries, and once I get all the food supplies I need, I always worry about how much both mine and his groceries are gonna be. If it's over maybe, say, $60 or more, I instantly get into worrying mode. Here's what I worry about when it comes down to that. What if Dad doesn't have enough money to pay for his food? What if it's not enough to pay for the bills? What if he doesn't have enough money for his medication? What if, we'll just stop it there. Because it gets to a point where I say, Dad, if it's too much, I can help out with some of my money. Because even though it's maybe from $100 to a penny, I still want to help my dad because he's the same way. If my aunt, stepmom, or I need something like food, medicine, new clothes, or something along those lines, my dad will help. And much like my grandmother, I worry financially because I'm also a shopaholic and enjoy expensive things and spending money like my biological mother. And if it doesn't involve finances, it's me worrying about my projects and getting them done. And if it's not that either, it's me worrying about getting customers for my yachas, commissions, and merch on my Redbubble store. And if it's not that, it's me worrying about my friends, if they're having family problems, or getting hurt in accidents or worse. Or even me not getting chores done, and getting scolded for it because that's the last thing a 22-year-old woman needs to hear, when she had a history of people getting angry and fucking screaming in her goddamn face about how she's either doing something wrong, or not doing it right, or just did something fucking stupid. Yeah, I got yelled at a fucking lot by my mom, and one of my peers in the 6th grade, because she said to use one wipe to clean the desk and scolded and yelled at me for it because, I don't know, she was annoying and a bully. Thankfully, Karma was knocking at her door the second she embarrassed me in front of the class. Lunch detention. The teacher hated that. I was the teacher's pet, I suppose. Anywho, back on topic. When that worry develops into stress and rises above me into the sky, I occasionally get into a mental breakdown and start crying. Because it's overwhelming, there's too much work, etc. And stress can affect a lot of people in different ways. Some get panic attacks, some get depressed, the list goes on. And this is where self-care comes in. A lot of people believe self-care is mostly in the BDSM/DDLG community. While it does play a major part of that community, including but not limited to aftercare, that's not entirely true. Yes, people have encouraged their partners to practice self-care and aftercare in BDSM/DDLG, but the same goes for people who are not involved in that community. Whether you're BDSM related or not, in a relationship or single, it's still important to practice self-care. Now there's a lot of definitions of self-care, but I'm gonna go with the Google definitions because I'm me. Self-care, the practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well-being and happiness, in particular during periods of stress. People can express self-care in many ways, some more than others. The information I got is from the website linked in the description. One way people can practice self-care is to have a night routine. Remember back in maybe early 2010s? Beauty gurus and a few others have made nighttime routine videos. Sleep plays a huge role in part of self-care for a lot of reasons. When people don't get enough sleep or no sleep at all, they become brain-dead zombies. If you never slept, you'd be a very cranky brain-dead zombie who lashes out at people and would always be very tired. Another way is to eat healthy and to feed that tum-tum. Yes, I am being serious. When it comes to the food you eat and your stomach, it doesn't hurt to treat yourself with something sweet or sugary, but if you don't take care of your stomach by cooking food fully and limiting your sweets, then you'll have all kinds of problems. One being diabetes. Again, it doesn't hurt to eat something sweet to treat yourself every now and again, but there are limits. This is where healthy eating comes in. Eating fruits like apples, bananas, berries, and mangoes, veggies like spinach, mushrooms, and carrots, and just basically all the food groups like dairy, grain, etc. is a good way to make yourself feel better, and it gets you fit and healthy. But hey, if you're allergic to something such as being lactose intolerant, gluten intolerant, allergic to certain fruits, veg, and different foods, that's okay. There's alternatives to everything. Just do some simple research and they'll do you good. But if there are some foods that you don't genuinely like but want to try anyways, I say go for it. You may like it, you may not, but at least you tried it. Some foods involving self-care include blueberries, fish, nuts, and leafy greens like spinach. Speaking of health, going outside for a walk, admiring nature, and going for nature walks is a good way of getting exercise and getting some fresh air, and just enjoying the beauty that Mother Nature brings. Quick little story. My grandfather, my mom's dad, and I used to go on nature walks when I would visit him on Sundays. My favorite memory was walking around the forest and around the lake that was turned into a horse ranch years later when I was maybe about 11 or 12. I don't remember. It's been a very long time since then. Some exercises like yoga is a good way of relieving stress. I would recommend looking up some small and light yoga moves before going all in on it. Yoga is a very popular way of practicing self-care and relieving stress. As said before, walking is a good one too, as well as sports like tennis and swimming are fun ones as well. Swimming's my obvious favorite. And, as an added bonus, these exercises are great ways for weight loss. Time outside if you go on nature walks also reduces stress levels. Plus, seeing deer, wolves, squirrels, and other woodland creatures can warm your heart. Though, proceed with caution and be very, very careful. Honestly, in my opinion, they're more scared of us than we are of them. Trips are another good way for self-care. No, it doesn't have to be a trip to Japan, Paris, New York, or Disney World, cause they cost a hell of a lot of money. Simple free trips like going camping, small road trips to the beach, picnics, etc. are good ways to just spend time sightseeing and just take time off of your busy schedule. Saying no is another good one. It's hard to hear the word no, mostly because we always want to hear and say yes. But here's the damage to saying yes all the time. Burnouts, anxiety, and irritability. Learning to say no politely can be done. While difficult, it's learnable. Is that even a word? Oh well. Word of the day, kids. Learnable! Yeah, I don't even know. I'm a high school graduate, okay? It'll make you feel empowered, and you'll have more time for yourself. Cooking for yourself is another good one. Not saying fast food is never a good idea, it's always a good idea when you don't want to cook. And or on a budget. And don't want to go out to a restaurant, and want to get something from a fast food joint. However, if you get it all the time, then you'll be unhealthy. Looking up recipes like lemon pepper chicken, and teaching yourself how to make them, while working and time-consuming, counts as self-care. Plus, it's also healthy. Pets. It's been proven that pets like dogs, cats, bunnies, lizards, fish, birds, hamsters, and even tarantulas and scorpions have benefited people who have stress. That's why people with PTSD, anxiety, depression, and other mental and physical disorders have service dogs. And no, don't be an asshole and make your dog a fake service dog. People who do that should never have pets. Ever. That aside, pets always bring happiness. If you don't have pets, comfort items work too. Such as blankets, plushies, action figures, etc. are always good ways to help with stress, anxiety, and so much more. Organizing helps too. One way that helps me is keeping a planner. I write down what I need to do weekly, and what videos need posting, and when they're going to be posted. Students in elementary school all the way through college, community, and or university keep planners to keep up with their assignments, and have a reminder of when they need to be done and when they're due. Even people who don't go to work or school keep planners and calendars for a lot of reasons, to remember important dates and appointments and whatnot. Trust me, it helps. Turn off electronics. A majority of people turn to their phones, iPads, tablets, laptops, social media, and news channels on TV for comfort, and reading through trends and feeds are also pretty stressful. Like that one time Shane Dawson was trending even a fucking year after he was called out on his past that he apologized for was fucked. People don't fucking listen! It's not fun. Take a break from your electronics for a while. turn off your computer, phone, tablets, iPads, whatever you got, and pick up a good book and read it. Currently, I'm reading The Tale of Despero, and let me just say, it's nothing like the movie. It's amazing! The movie was incredible, so I like both. Back on topic. If you aren't a book reader and like magazines, mangas, or comics, that's fine too. Read what you want to read and enjoy it. And for the TV lovers out there, change the channel to something you like. If you don't have an account on Netflix, Crunchyroll, or other channels, watch your favorite movies, shows, cartoons, or anime. If you like anime, that is. If you don't have cable, satellite, or streaming accounts to watch anything on Netflix or Crunchyroll, or even Funimation, or any other streaming site, put on a DVD to your favorite shows, animes, cartoons, movies, etc. And just relax and enjoy the watching. Plus, there's actually full episodes online that you can find on different websites. Trust me, it works. Or watch some fun and silly YouTube videos. One thing I enjoy watching when I'm stressed or sad is silly songs with Larry. Don't judge me, the songs are cute. Treat yourself. I know I said eat healthy, exercise, etc., but treating yourself to something nice like a new piece of clothing, buying a DVD, buying a sweet treat, rewarding yourself for dealing with difficult people, customers at work, coworkers, etc. is always a good idea. Set time for your self-care. Setting some time for yourself is another good idea. Set a date for your self-care. If you plan on doing it monthly or weekly, here's an example. I usually have my self-care days on Sundays. I would suggest you always set a weekly self-care day after a stressful week at work, school, etc. Now, my ways of having self-care are the following. These may or may not apply to any of you if you aren't really into those things, but trying them doesn't hurt. Ways I practice self-care are staying hydrated, keeping healthy by exercising, drinking smoothies and protein shakes, trying different fruits and veggies that I'm willing to try, getting chores done before they get out of hand, rewarding myself by having one sweet treat, and playing video games I really enjoy playing, listening to my favorite music and songs, going on YouTube watching some of my favorite videos, along with some cute videos and funny videos as well, because laughter is the best medicine. Crying if I feel like doing so. Crying only solves one problem, and that's stress. It's never healthy to not cry. Crying is good, but it must be done in private for those who hate being made fun of for it. Reading my favorite books, mangas, and magazines. Sleeping. Duh. Having spa days by giving myself an at-home spa manicure / pedicure, and a bubble bath with lavender bubble bath or bath bomb. Movie nights. Watching my favorite cartoons and animes. Painfully obvious here. Chatting and or role-playing with friends. Getting out of the house and shopping at Dollar Tree. Everything there's $1. And last but not least, drawing vent art. As an artist, vent drawing really does help. And that's about it. These may not be for everyone, but if you're willing to try the methods I listed off, or my own methods, that's perfectly fine. If you have different ideas for self-care, then it's all good in the hood. Plus, if you wanna, share them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to try them. And before any Jehovah's hoes charge into the comments saying, "No, God said that self-care is sinning. You are sinning. God said that you can go to hell for selfishness." Bitch, shut your Jehovah ho ass up. Self-care equals health for mental state, not fucking selfishness. Selfishness is thinking of yourself entirely and not caring about what others think or the feelings of others, and taking what isn't yours and for not sharing. Self-care doesn't mean you're selfish. It means taking care of yourself physically and mentally. Yeah, I grew up on VeggieTales as a Christian. I'm agnostic now, but the show is still good. Yes, a 22-year-old grown woman who doesn't have kids watches VeggieTales. It's a cute show, and the shows and morals are good. Kinda inspired me to write my own stories growing up. Phil Fisher and Mike Naraki were geniuses in children's Christian programming. Anywho, that being said, I hope you liked this video. If so, mega punch that like button. And be sure to sub to the Pepper Pack today if you're new here. I also have 2 other channels, a Redbubble store, and 2 streaming channels, and all of them are linked in the description. Taking away any card thing that I just decided to insert now. Huge shout out to my Patreon for their support. And a huge thanks to the featured fan artists for this video. Their social links are down below. If you want your fan art featured or want to support what I do, my Patreon and social links are in the description below. As always, I'll say to pups, stay awesome, stay strong, and stay beautiful.